Day 29, the first day of summer. Alright, no messing around, let's get down to business. We took it easy during spring, we eased into this playthrough and we didn't get as much done as we could have. And that is, quite frankly, probably for the better, to be honest. I feel like we would get completely overwhelmed if we went all in from the very start because of how much content there is in Stardew Valley Expanded. Look, the point I'm trying to make is we're just here to have fun. We're here to have a bit of a giggle and have a jolly experience. Anyway, the wizard has a little quest for us. He wants us to defeat a ghost. These help wanted quests are our best friend right now. They're really making sure we don't fall behind on becoming good friends with the villagers. I buy 5 of each summer crop in pears and sell her 1 ancient fruit. Back on our farm, I spent some time clearing out space for the new crops we bought before heading to Robin's and asking her to build a silo on our farm. I buy 4 iridium sprinklers and pears along with 10 sunflower seeds and 100 mixed seeds. I managed to get most of our seeds planted before the end of the day and the crop fairy pays us a visit during the night. I start day 30 by planting around 50 more of our mixed seeds. I won't lie, I sort of regret picking the forest farm for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, there's not as much space to plant crops here compared to the original farm. And reason number 2, this farm is going to be a nightmare for me to decorate. I'm going to have to come up with a game plan and drastically change the way I operate. Some of our melons and poppies are ready for harvest thanks to the crop fairy, so we harvest those, then head to the community centre to donate some items. I spend the rest of the day fishing at the beach. Susan visits us for the first time on day 31.
It's not Susan, it's Shushan.
If you don't get that reference, I would highly recommend watching the Johnny English movies. Brilliant series of movies. And then it finally happens. We get a letter from Mayor Lewis asking us to find his purple shorts and give them to him. I felt delightfully devilish when I read this letter. I have devious intentions when it comes to his purple shorts. Okay, that sounded a lot weird. And okay, look. It's not weird. Okay, you'll see what I mean. Okay, let's just move on very quickly. Okay. We take a trip to the big forest to do some foraging, then it's off to Marnie's where we collect Lewis's purple shorts. I very stealthily make my way past Lewis and Marnie. The last thing I want is for them to see that I'm in possession of Lewis's underwear. Lewis has gained the ability to teleport as a cutscene with himself and Morris plays when I leave Marnie's. Morris and Lewis seem to be having a lover's quarrel. I'll be honest, I don't actually know what they were talking about because I was too busy thinking of what I could do with Lewis's shorts. Okay, again, I know how that sounds. I'm probably going to put them on display at some point. All right, that's my big plan. All right, let's get back. Let's just focus on what we're. It's off to the community center to complete the You know what? I'm leaving all of that in. Alright, this is going to be a learning experience for me. In about 3 months' time, I'll look back on this video, I'll watch it, and I'll say to myself, what was I thinking? Just the entire time, what on earth was I thinking? I'm so glad I'm much better at making videos now. I've learned from my past mistakes. So, there you go. It's off to the community centre to complete the exotic foraging and the summer foraging bundles. Robin pays us a visit later in the day and brings us to Grandpa's old shed. It turns out she can repair it. We just have to pay her a visit later on to see what materials she needs to do this. I sell some Joja berries to Pierre on day 32, then it's straight off to Robin's. She tells us that all she needs to repair the shed is 150 hardwood, 600 stone, 50 iron bars and 20 battery packs. Now, getting those items for other people might be difficult, but for us it's going to be light work. Alright, we are professional Stardew Valley athletes here. The rest of day 32 as well as days 33 and 34 are spent collecting iron ore, stone and coal in the mines, collecting hardwood and fishing. We also have fantastic luck at the travelling cart as we buy winter seeds, a periwinkle, honey, red cabbage seeds and a rare seed. On day 35 I do some foraging at the beach and also do some fishing there. I'm trying to make sure we catch all of the fish we can during this first year because, truth be told, the fishing in this game fills me with an immense amount of anxiety. So, I want to catch all of the fish we can as soon as we can. Next, it is community centre time. We finish off multiple fishing bundles and the artisan bundle, which is simply exquisite, and we donate some items to the bounty board bundles. Then, because it's raining, I decide to go fishing at the river so we can catch a walleye. We caught shads, we got treasure chests, we caught multiple bream, we caught a pike and green algae. We even took a break from fishing to set up our crab pots that we got from completing a fishing bundle. We then caught even more bream. We did not, however, catch a single walleye, because you cannot catch a walleye during summer. Walleye only show up during fall and winter. Of course, I only realized this at the end of the day, not my proudest moment. We did reach level 8 in farming today though, so take the good with the bad and all that. Even more good news on day 36 as many of our crops are ready, including our ancient fruit and Joja berries. I head to Piers where a nice little cutscene plays. All of the farmers in town were there, which was a very nice moment. I sell my crops to Pier, then visit Robbins and ask her to build a shed on my farm. At this point, I would like to emphasize that my farm is very much a work in progress. It looks disgustingly unorganized at the minute, but we will remedy that in the future. I buy 5 acorns, maple seeds and pine cones as well as 20 tree fertilizer, then buy 20 eggplant seeds from the clearance bin at Joja Mart. Clint needs iridium ore and coal from us so he can get rid of the big boulder at the mountain area. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon, I'm sorry Clint. Clint is selling some cool items though. Bars, geodes, battery packs, lightning rods and crystallariums. But we don't buy anything, we don't really need any of that right now. Instead, we head to the mines and collect some iron bars and refined quartz, then we head back to the farm and make 15 lightning rods so we can collect batteries the next time there's a storm. I buy 2 more iridium sprinklers and 46 melon seeds, set up the lightning rods on our farm and plant our new seeds. Gus visits us on day 37 to give us the mini jukebox. This is why Gus is one of my favourite villagers. Aside from being an all-around good person, he also gives us my favourite item in the game. From now on, I'm only going to talk about harvesting crops when we get something new, which happens to be right now. We got a taro root. This is pretty interesting because it means that Ginger Island crops can grow from mixed seeds during summer. So we'll probably get a pineapple at some point during this season. I donate a single item to the museum, then I spend the rest of the day chopping down trees in the big forest. At this point, I'm going to have to get a tattoo on my hand that says Piers is closed on Wednesdays. I throw some crappie whoppies into the shipping bin on day 38, not just once, but twice, and it was very, very nice. Then I spend the rest of the day fishing. Between selling our crops, the fish we caught today, and some of the fish I've kept up to this point, we made a delicious 31,000 gold. Day 39 is the day of the Luau. I spent some time talking to the villagers, mainly the new ones like Sophia, Victor and Olivia. But I also talked to Abigail, who says she prefers looking out at the ocean over talking to everybody. I agree and stand beside her for a while. I throw a gold quality sturgeon into the soup, which gets the best reaction from the governor. This also earns us 120 friendship points with the villagers. Mother sends us a lovely pink cake on day 40, which was very nice of her. I give it to Olivia, who... hold on. What did Olivia just say? I might have to marry Olivia just for saying the word exquisite. Maybe. I'm either going to marry her or Sophia. Or Sebastian. Or Maru. Or Abigail or Victor. I don't know. I'm probably going to fall in love with any new villagers we meet in the future too, so we'll just see what happens. I sell some crops to Pier, then visit Sophia, who is tending to the casks in her cellar. She says her parents made them, but then she gets upset. We head upstairs where Sophia tells us that on the 4th day of fall, her parents were involved in a car accident. Gus and Lewis had tears in their eyes as they knocked on the door of Sophia's home and told her the news. Listen, I'm a very cynical person, as you all know, which is why I was very surprised when I got a bit choked up during this cutscene. Sophia asks us to help her decorate her parents' room tomorrow, which we immediately agree to. I buy 15 fall seeds, 5 kale and 2 bok choys in Joja Mart. Then it's off to Piers to buy 6 iridium sprinklers, 100 melon seeds, a seed maker and 25 mixed seeds. I have been talking about this day for way too long already, so it's time for a quickfire round. I head to Robbins and ask her to build a coop, ask Clint to upgrade my pickaxe, buy a nautilus shell from the travelling cart, feel extremely disappointed when Marnie isn't home, and plant all of the seeds we bought today. Day 41 is a rainy day, which is good because the storm will cause our lightning rods to produce battery packs. But it's bad because the mini jukebox doesn't work in the rain. For the next couple of weeks, I will be putting around half of the ancient fruit and jojo berries we harvest into the seed maker. The goal is to get as many of those seeds as we can to put them into our greenhouse when we unlock it. Next, it's off to Sophia's to help her decorate her parents' room. She says she's going to send us something really special in the mail tomorrow to thank us for helping her. I really hope it's a Ferrari. I would start wearing leather jackets and sunglasses and even change my name to Lil Rari. I set up a little tree farm, making sure to use tree fertilizer, then I spend the rest of the day frolicking in the big forest. Sophia sends us a bottle of aged Blue Moon wine on day 42. We are now faced with a moral dilemma. Do we sell this bottle of wine for 10,000 gold, or do we hold on to it? If someone gave it to us randomly, then I would sell it straight away, no hesitation. But I just don't feel comfortable selling it, considering Sophia gave it to us for helping her. I think Stardew Valley is actively making me a better person. We harvest our red cabbage, which is a huge relief. I thought a crow ate it for a moment. We get another Sophia cutscene where she's walking around town, talking to the other villagers and looking happier than she has ever been. This game is going to make me cry. It's going to make me go back to my sensitive era. Sophia pets Dusty the dog, which is unironically heartwarming. The cutscene ends with Sophia inviting us to read manga with her. I head into Caroline's sunroom for the first time, which means she will send us the recipe for tea saplings tomorrow. I'm not going to make a lot of tea saplings though. I'll probably make one to throw into our shipping bin and another to plant so we can get tea leaves and make green tea. I collect my pickaxe from Clint and buy a Nautilus shell from the travelling cart, then I spend some time clearing out some of the grass and stone on the farm. I donate some items to the community centre, then I spend 5,500 gold on the cooking recipe for the Big Bark Burger. I head to the beach and use 300 wood to repair the broken bridge, do some foraging at the tide pool area and try to catch the legendary crimson fish. For some reason I was more nervous when it came to catching this fish than the legend. Turns out there was no need to worry though because I was able to catch it first try. We also reached level 9 in farming so we can start making iridium sprinklers if we can get our hands on some iridium bars. Caroline sends us the recipe for tea saplings on day 43, which is a marvellous way to start the day. We sell our crops to Pierre, and at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I don't think I'll mention selling crops to Pierre anymore. I donate a blueberry to the community centre, completing the summer crops bundle. Then we visit Maru, who is having trouble with a project she is working on. She wants our help solving 2 equations. The first question was very easy to figure out. I simply took the 0.5 and put it into its less commonly known form, a half. I then took this half and applied it to the number 4. Half of 4 is 2. There is only one answer that contains the number 2, so I picked that one and it was correct. I'll be honest, I had no idea where to start with the second question. But then I started thinking outside the box. The answer to the first question was 2. This is the second question, ergo the answer to this one must contain a 2, ergo the answer is 0.24 ATM. I buy 10 bee houses and 10 kegs from Robin along with a full stack of wood and 150 stone, and I ask her to build a barn on my farm. I buy another 50 melon seeds and 50 mixed seeds from Pierre, then spend the rest of the day setting up my kegs and planting my melon seeds. I place my bee houses down on day 44, but then Hornswoggle immediately runs into them and I feel really bad, so I pick them back up. We actually ended up harvesting a couple of pineapples today, which was pretty cool, and I set up my bee houses by our silo and tree farm. I head to Willie's and buy 3 crab pots and some bait, collect my other 3 crab pots from the river and place all 3 down at the beach. And that's it for today. I donate some crops to the community centre on day 45, then I embarrass myself again and throw my crops into my shipping bin. I used every ounce of self-control in my body to refrain from selling the wine Sophia gave us, then I went to Joja Mart and bought 50 corn seeds along with 10 winter seeds from the clearance bin. I had the Shearwater Bridge where Victor talks about how much he likes bridges. That reminds me actually, you want to hear one of my favourite jokes? Alright, a construction worker was asked by his manager to build a suspension bridge. The worker agrees and spends around a week working on it. He finishes building it and he shows it to his manager. His manager says, "You've done a terrible job. That bridge looks like it's about to collapse within the next 5 minutes." The worker nods his head and says, "I know, but can't you feel it?" The manager is tremendously confused and says, "Feel what?" The construction worker looks his manager in the eyes and says, "The suspense." See, the manager asked him to build a suspension bridge, so the worker built a bridge that makes you feel suspense. Yeah, let's just move on. I spend the rest of the day fishing at Shearwater Bridge so we can get some more gold. At first we were mainly catching pike, butterfish and rainbow trout, but then I caught a puppy fish. Then another puppy fish. 3 in a row. Make that 4 in a row. Did I say 4? I meant to say 5 in a... Wait, no, that's a butterfish. Between our crops and our fish, we earned 24,000 gold today. I decided to sell my crimson fish too, but I forgot to sell the puppy fish I caught for some reason. Emily sends us some wool on day 46, which is nice. We need that for the community centre. I complete one of the bounty board bundles and donate the aforementioned piece of wool. Then I head to the mines and collect some copper and iron bars. I buy 11 battery packs from Clint, do some foraging at the beach and head back to my farm and make 15 tappers which I put on my trees. I head to Robin's to donate the items needed to repair Grandpa's shed when I realised that we were supposed to bring these items to the shed, not Robin's house. I head down there and throw the iron bars, hardwood, battery packs and stone into the chest contained within it. I spend the rest of the day collecting hardwood in the secret woods. Day 47 is off to a good start as Robin lets us know that the shed will be fully repaired tomorrow. I head to Marnie's and buy 4 chickens for our coop. Please welcome Jay, Jimmy, Solo and Roman to the family. I also buy 4 cows for our barn. These 4 cows are Balor, Rhea, Damien and Dominic. I also head to Robin's and ask her to build a pond on our farm. We reached level 10 in farming today, so I picked the agriculturalist perk, which makes our crops grow 10% faster. This perk is more beneficial to us right now, but we will swap to the artisan perk in the future. On day 48, I grab all of our ancient seeds and Joja berry seeds and head over to our new shed. There's a ton of space on the bottom floor, so we will probably fill it up with kegs, preserve jars and furnaces for a good while before we transition to filling it up entirely with kegs. I buy 3 iridium sprinklers from Pierre, then head back to my farm and grab our eggplant, fall and winter seeds as well as an iridium sprinkler that wasn't being used and head to the greenhouse in the top floor of our shed. I spend the rest of the day planting all of the seeds I brought with me. The Joja berry seeds are a bit tricky to work with because we can't walk through them. So we planted them on the inner section and planted our other seeds around them. I start day 49 by throwing a puppy fish into our pond, then I ask Robin to upgrade the shed on our farm. The rest of day 49 along with days 50 and 51 are spent going through the mines. We primarily focus on collecting iron and coal. I also get started on turning our upgraded shed into a storage area at the end of day 51. We had a nice little sale on that same day too, as we made around 13,000 gold from the items we shipped. On day 52, it's back to chopping down trees for a while, then we make our way to Robin's to put our coop and barn next to each other. I buy 25 chests for our storage area, chop down more trees in the backwoods, and spend the rest of the day working on the storage area. I know this was a short day, but the quicker we get organised, the better. And I hate having random chests filled with random items, so this really helped to soothe my soul. On day 53, I am regretting not buying more melon seeds because they're a big reason why we earned so much gold when we sold our crops to Pierre. I head to the community centre and buy all of the bundles in the vault room, which means we will be able to start going to the desert tomorrow. I head to the Adventurers Guild and buy the lava katana for 25,000 gold. Was this worth it? I don't know. Probably not, but the lava katana is a lot better than our obsidian edge sword. I collect my iron bars from the mines and buy some coal from Clint. I use these iron bars and coal to make a total of 255 explosive ammo. I head to our greenhouse in Grandpa's shed to harvest the eggplants that have grown, and the Junimos repair the bus during the night. We're off to the desert on day 54. I do some foraging, exchange 6 Omni Geodes for 2 desert warp totems, and head into the Skull Caverns. Our main goal today is to make it past level 25. Doing so results in Mr. Blue sending you 10,000 gold in the mail, which we really need right now. We do pretty well with our slingshot and explosive ammo. Level 18 was pretty scary because of how many Pepper Rexes there were, but we did get 2 dinosaur eggs from them. I'm still getting used to using the slingshot, but we're getting there, we're not doing too bad. I managed to make it down to level 53 just before we pass out. The first thing I do on day 55 is use the money we got from selling our crops to buy the second backpack upgrade. This was long overdue. I have no idea why I didn't buy it sooner. Our melon wine is ready, and after harvesting the rest of our crops, I head to Clint's and ask him to upgrade our pickaxe. Next on the agenda is another trip to Piers where I make a neat little discovery. The monster fruit sells for around 1600 gold each. That is the most expensive crop we have sold so far. I head to Robin's and ask her to build a second shed on our farm, then I watch a cutscene featuring Olivia. She talks to us about wine and music. I love music. I have no opinion on wine, so overall I enjoy this conversation. Mr. Blue sends us 10,000 gold on day 56, which I am very grateful for. I harvest the fall and winter forage that is grown in our greenhouse, then I head to the community centre to complete the quality crops bundle and the fall foraging bundle. Also, the last item we need for the winter foraging bundle is the winter crocus, but the desert trader has winter seeds in stock on Saturdays, so we'll get those as soon as we can. I donate a good few items to the museum and collect the Dwarvish translation guide and 9 pumpkin seeds from the rewards available to us. I'll come back for the rest of our rewards at some point in the future. As it is the final day of summer, the dance of the Moonlight jellies is being held at the beach. We skedaddle straight there as the sun sets and spend some time talking to the usual suspects. I really wish there was a way to have the beach look like this every night. It is very peaceful here. As the jellyfish approach the beach, I can't help but feel that the crab pots I left here are slightly ruining the vibes, but that's okay. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can ruin this festival for me.